right, I'll try to take something seriously in life, although I've made it this far. So why bother now?
Why do that? Come on. We're just here having fun.
Right, you are. You know, it feels like the interview just started organically, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah. That's how it is with you, man. I feel like I see you everywhere, and it's always a pleasure getting to catch up with you.
Holy smokes, if the experience ended right now, you've made my day. Owen Riegling, welcome back to the Zoom studio.
Good to see you. Yeah, I wish it was in person, but I mean, the Zoom will have to do.
Well, one of these days, and we'll talk more about that because we've got a lot to talk about, and it includes a massive tour announcement, but that's coming up. Looking at everything you've got going on, I think I've realized it's Owen Riegling's world, and we're all just allowed to hang around in it.
I don't know about that, but a lot of exciting announcements recently, a lot to be grateful for. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. And locally here, we've got a special day coming up because Owen Rigling's going to play the Stirling Fair, but we'll get to that also shortly. When I knew I was going to be talking to you today on Zoom last week, I was able to be in Nashville and you played a few songs for a group of us. And before you played, something really, really, really cool happened. And I want you to describe it to our audience.
Well, I think it's one of the biggest announcements that I've ever been grateful enough to make in my career. And Tyler Hubbard sent a little video in and it played for the room. And basically, he said, I'm going to make my Grand Ole Opry debut on April 22nd, which is crazy that I get to say that out loud. I never thought, even 2 years ago, that I'd ever get the chance to stand on the Opry stage. So the fact that it's happening just blows my mind and freaking cool, man.
Yeah, it really is. Congrats on that because that's a huge moment in any artist's career at any point in their career. So you're going to make your Opry debut, but well, two things first. Tyler Hubbard, I recall a few years ago, you played a few songs up at an event in Toronto in front of Tyler Hubbard. And that night, he invited you to join him on a tour. So there's this special relationship, I guess, with you and Tyler.
I guess he just likes to surprise me, man. And it's so cool that, coming from a legend like Tyler is just it's pretty crazy. It really is. It's hard to believe. But yeah, he surprised me again. And he's such a good dude. Taking the time out to do something like that for me is pretty cool. And I sent him a little text the other day just saying thank you. And he was all congratulating me and stuff like that. So he's a cool guy.
Well, you've earned it. And, you know, as crazy as it might have been to hear that from Tyler Hubbard with all these people around, but why not Owen Riegling? You've worked hard.
I've been working, it's a weird thing to be in music, calling this a job is a weird thing to do, but it's something that I'm super passionate about and I've been just, picking away at it for years and years and years. So to finally be playing big stages and putting on my own shows and getting to play the Opry, it's really a dream come true.
And that's only a portion of why I've got you here today because as we sit here on the 17th of April, a new Owen Riegling album is on our lap. Congratulations on that, too.
Hot off the press, man. It's finally out of my hands and into the hands of whoever wants to listen to it. So I hope somebody out there takes a moment today to listen to the record, and it's something that I'm super proud of. It's a bit of a concept album. It's kind of cohesive, and it's really just a timestamp on my life and where I'm at and where I've been the last couple of years. So it's uh it's special to me, and I can't believe it's finally out. It's awesome.
It must be nice because, you know, the work that goes into it, the amount of time that goes into it, and now it's out there for everybody. And you say you hope somebody listens. I got a feeling there will be more than one that goes and gets their hands on that record today. It's called In the Feeling, and there's a title track, of course, called In the Feeling. And I guess as you're putting together the record, what was it about that song that kind of popped to you to consider that as the title for the record, or did it go the other way around?
No, it definitely started with the song, and that song was it wasn't the first song that I had written for the record. There's a song called Mailbox on the project that I'd written by myself a couple years prior to that that I just kind of lived on its own. I always remembered it, but I never made it anywhere up until now. Um, but In the Feeling was a song that I wrote with my buddy Ryan Kennedy, and it really did feel like a new chapter in my life, in my career, in my music. And then after that is when I started going down the rabbit hole of chasing, that feeling and using that as the North Star for everything else that fell into place. So yeah, that song came before the title and everything, and I just feel like it's a special song. I really love that song.
Yeah, and it sounds like based on what you said, you picked the absolute right song as the title track for the album. I've had a chance to hear a few songs. Of course, congrats, Taillight This Town, top 5 hit. So the record's off to an awesome start already. But there's some really cool titles. You said that you had written a mailbox yourself. But if you look up and down the songwriting credits of the other 11 tracks, there are some Nashville heavyweights that helped out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was in the, studio and writer's room with a bunch of amazing songwriters in Nashville and people that I've looked up to and people that have written some of my favorite songs. And to get to be in a room with them and share stories and talk and write music has been a great, experience. It's been mind-blowing. I got to write Anything But Me with Connie Harrington, who wrote um, the Lee Bryce smash, I Drive Your Truck, which was one of my favorite songs. And yeah, it's just so cool getting to write with her. And Luke Laird was on Love, Hate, Love, and all these people who have written songs that have kind of shaped me and shaped my career.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Luke Laird because a lot of people, Luke Laird could walk up and down the street, let's say in Toronto or Nashville, and nobody would know. But this guy's responsible for some of the biggest hits of the last 10, 15 years coming out of Nashville.
It's unbelievable. And like Eric Church too, who I'm a huge fan of. And when we wrote that day, just picking his brain, like after the write, we were eating dinner and like asking him all kinds of questions about different songs that he had written and been a part of, and just getting to hear some of those stories from behind the scenes is so cool. And that's one of the coolest things about meeting these people is just being a sponge and soaking it all up.
Yeah, cool. And I can hear it in your voice that it still feels like everything you're doing it for the first time, or you're at least doing it with that enthusiasm of doing it with the first time.
100%. Yeah, everything's new, everything's exciting, and I'm just trying to hold on to that feeling for as long as I can. Hopefully, it never goes away because it's a fun feeling and it keeps me going.
It's another reason the album's called In the Feeling, I think, anyway.
Right. That's right.
Hey, there's some lyric videos out for some of the songs that are on the record. Born Again, which, if I'm not mistaken, was written by another Canadian, you and Jesse Slack, which is awesome.
Yep.
He's a Peterborough guy, if I'm not mistaken.
He is.
And
Yeah, bro. Great dude.
another writer. But the lyric video features your wife.
Yep. Yeah, Liv is all over the lyric videos because I went on this road trip and we recorded all the content on this road trip, and Liv was out there, and everything was super organic and just in the moment, and we shot it all just kind of not thinking about a specific song or anything. It was just for the album. And yeah, she makes a lot of guest appearances in some of those videos, so it's pretty cool to have her on there.
Well, what I loved about it, I watched the video, the lyric video for Born Again. It just looks like you guys are having so much fun doing it. And I thought it's one thing to put an actor in that situation and you try to make it look authentic. But when that's you and your wife out there doing that, what an experience.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I could do it with an actor. I feel like that would be very hard for me as just like an introverted, shy person. It's like that's why I wanted it to be organic and almost like we don't even know the camera's there, and we'll just go out and have all these experiences and try to capture real moments. So it's cool for us to hold on to those things and get to look back at them, 10, 20 years, whatever, and remember this time.
100%. And I'm glad you appreciate that because you're right. They're all part of a time capsule. In the Feeling, the record's available now. A few days ago, you announced, is this your first ever headlining tour?
I went on the Old Dirt Road trip back in 2024. We did a fall tour across Canada. A lot smaller venues, but we're stepping it up this year. We're going on another tour, and yeah, just announced it. So yeah, it'll be my second headlining tour, but super excited.
Right on. The first was just a warm up. This is going to be the big one. So congrats on it. The date nearest us is November 3rd. That's at the Pickering Casino. So people can get their hands on tickets and go check that out. Describe for somebody who's never seen it yet an Owen Riegling show.
Right. So it's kind of hard to describe right now because it's growing so much and we're putting so much thought into the production side of things this time around. I've never been in so many production meetings and on these Zoom calls and conceptualizing the different ideas that we have to try to make this the best show that I've ever put on, and I really believe that it will be. Um, but I mean, people who've seen me in the past, maybe it was at a bar, maybe it was at a writer's round, and that's just me and a guitar just singing and telling stories, and we still carry that feeling now that we're stepping it up into these bigger venues. So there'll be a lot of storytelling, a lot of in the moment things that I can't really explain until it happens. And a lot of bigger moments and party moments and a lot of rock and roll, that's for sure.
Cool. Between now and November, of course, I mentioned the Stirling Fair date. You're already booked. That's early August, and we're super pumped for that because a lot of awesome acts have played the Stirling Fair. That show never disappoints. You're going to be in front of a lot of crowds. I've said this on that stage, and I'll say it to you. There ain't no crowd like a Stirling crowd. I can't wait till you're there in August.
I can't wait either, man. It's gonna be so fun. Are you gonna be there?
I wouldn't miss it. Are you kidding me?
That's what I wanted to hear. Let's go.
Wouldn't
Perfect.
miss it. The calendar that day's already cleared. Owen Riegling at the Stirling Fair. And again, that tour coming up this fall that's going to have you in Pickering. Are you ready for me to read your resume quickly?
Okay, let's hear it. Hopefully it's a little better than when I was applying for jobs back in the day, because that was like grade 4 spelling bee or something on there. Anyways, let's hear it.
All right, get ready for this. 2025 CCMA Album of the Year Award winner, two CCMAs in 2024. Number one CanCon country song at Canadian radio with Moonshines. What do we got here? One of Nashville Briefing's artists to watch. You're the face of R&W and Company's campaign. You're a five-time 2025 CMA Ontario Award winner. You recently landed on the Hot 100 Billboard Canada charts and 165 million plus global streams. Now, I lay all that on your lap to ask you this. I've blinded you with statistics. How do you measure success?
Oh, that's tough. That's crazy, all the things you just said. It's hard to remember all the moments, but I think looking back at the beginning of my career when it was just a crazy dream to, think of where I am now. I was just kind of hoping to someday make a living playing music and writing music and connecting with people. And I've been able to do that. And I think that's how I measure it, is like another day that I get to wake up and do music as a job, which it doesn't feel like a job. As long as I get to do that, I think I'll be a happy dude for forever. So, I mean, it's hard to measure it, you know? It's just taking it day by day and trying to just remember where I came from.
You know what, Owen? I believe you gave me the right answer to that question, man. Don't ever change. And everything I know about you, everything I hear in the music, see in the videos, you just seem like one of the more authentic guys I'll ever cross paths with.
Well, thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. That's a really, really high compliment.
Well, take it as serious as I can deliver it. Now, let's recap. Owen's at the Stirling Fair. Owen's going to be at the Grand Ole Opry in a few days. Today, we got the new record, In the Feeling, that's available anywhere you buy music. The tour is coming up this fall that'll have you in Pickering. Holy smokes, Owen, you're doing it all, man.
Doing it all, trying to, yeah, as much as I can. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't believe the album's out. It's exciting. Bunch of new music, and I'm excited to play these things live. That's what I'm most excited for.
Well, the best is straight ahead for you, my man. It is yet to come, and I appreciate having a great seat to watch it all unfold. You've made time on release day for us, and I can't thank you enough, Owen. You're the man. That's it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate the time. Take care.